Yo, what's up, everybody? We are back with a new episode of Big Back Adventures. And this episode, I have a musician on this episode. Woo. My good friend from SunWeight.
What's up, y'all? My name's Nate Woloshin.
Boom, blow. We got him in here today. So, we're going to talk about some music, we talk about some food, and all kind of random shit like that, like we always do. So, Mr. Woloshin.
What's up?
What's up, man?
Nobody gets it right the first time either. My last name is very complicated.
You know what's funny is that like everybody who comes on the podcast always has like an odd last name or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
And it's like sometimes I'll be like, okay, what is the last name? Say it right. And
right.
Like, there's a couple episodes where I've said it wrong, and then at the end of the episode, be like, oh, it's
very few and far between do people get my last name right the first time.
Yeah.
Especially like going to the bank or like filling out official shit.
Yeah.
Is always like. Woloshin? Woloshin? What, you know. You're like, where is that name from?
Yeah. Is it Nordic?
Yeah, no. It's Ukrainian, so there you go.
Bom. I don't have
thing, everybody loves Ukraine right now.
All right, man. So I mentioned this before. You're a musician, right? How long have you been a musician?
I have been playing music since I was probably like 10 years old.
All right.
I got a guitar when I was 10, and kind of just started writing music from there, really, you know.
Okay.
But, yeah, ever since then, 10 years old, like, I would say probably like 14, 15 is when I like had a band and was doing shit live and playing in like bars that I shouldn't have been in and stuff like that around Memphis. But, yeah, man, probably like since I was 10, 11 years old is when I was like probably writing songs on an acoustic guitar in my room, just messing around.
What would you say was like the biggest inspiration for you to get into music in the first place?
I had a lot of different influences, especially of like making music. But what really wanted me to play guitar, which is like super cliche and kind of corny, but I was probably like 5 or 6 years old. I was in the back of my dad's car riding around, and he had like Fleetwood Mac playing. Yeah. And Lindsey Buckingham, who was a guitar player, the solo, he was doing like pinch harmonics in one of the songs. It was like, I can't remember. Maybe Don't Stop Thinking About Tomorrow. Or I can't remember the song. But the guitar style of him made me I was like playing air guitar to it, and I was like feeling it real hard. And that's what made me want to play guitar, really. And then from there, just the interest of music. My stepdad, Wayne, he really got me into, like, Beastie Boys and Chili Peppers and Ghetto Boys and stuff like that. Like, it was like Ghetto Boys and, like, all the way to Prince with him. I mean, and he had Chili Peppers and all that different kind of stuff. So it was real eclectic household, and my mom was a little older. My parents were born in the early 50s. Okay. So like fucking Al Green and you had like a wide range. Marvin Gaye. That was like a big, all those artists were like real big in my house.
Hey, that's what's up though. Yeah, and
man.
It's cool to have that like wide range or whatever, because it's like you feel like what you would describe as like, you know, like a deep rock sound, right? But then also like like Beastie Boys, they're gonna be like super south, or
and they
going
sampled
like
so much
north,
stuff,
you know what I mean?
dude.
Yeah,
like you think about all of the different genres they sampled, and even just the different genres that they played. I mean, they have a punk album, they have a jazz album. Yeah. Obviously, they're hip hop. Like, worked with a lot of different producers, all that shit. You know, it's crazy.
It is true. It is true. So you have two groups right now, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. SunWeight, and then me and Josh Aguilar, who is the saxophone player in SunWeight. We have a hip hop group called Uncle Auntie.
Okay. All right. So
we have a single out right now. We have a single out right now and a music video to go with it, but we have much more in store.
Okay. Okay. So I'll start with that one first, right?
All right.
So, as a matter of fact, I'll start with SunWeight first, because it's like hey, you're a guitar player, right? And then you say he's a saxophone player, right? But I have a highly great respect for saxophone players, being an alto saxophone player myself, right?
Really?
So,
I did not know that.
Yeah. That was the first instrument I ever learned how to play.
Alto sax.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
So
you could play any sax, really, if you want to.
Yeah.
Because what the difference is the keys, right?
The difference is the keys and
because B flat's alto, right? And
yeah,
tenor is
tenor is the deepest, and then soprano.
Well, I thought you had bass sax too,
Yeah,
or
soprano.
whatever.
Well, I mean, you have the main ones are going to be soprano, alto, and tenor.
I'm thinking
right?
of alto. Alto's soprano, alto, and tenor.
Yeah.
And alto is B flat, correct?
Right.
Okay, we're getting real nerdy on this fucking shit.
So what type of band is SunWeight, right? So, because it's like that's coming from Memphis, right? The obvious answer people would think it would be blues, right?
Shit, I mean, I guess if there's so much music out of Memphis, I mean, unless you didn't know anything about this city, you could assume blues, but there's so many bands from here that are not that, you know?
What would you say y'all consider y'all's band to be?
I would say progressive rock, I guess, is probably the most simplistic way to put it.
Yeah.
I love to call it loud jazz, but our songs are not like your standard 4/4 rock songs. We have chorus and verses and things like that, but they're not. It's not like fashioned as a rock and roll band, even though we have rock and roll tendencies.
Okay.
And so that's basically. I feel like a lot of Memphis bands are like that because Memphis is so talented in all of its music that, you compare it to going to like an open mic or, say you go to a coffee shop or a restaurant that has a band playing, a lot of times they do. Nashville, St. Louis, places like that. I would say maybe 6 or 7 out of 10 times the person is decent in any of those other cities. And I would say 9 out of 10 times if you go into Memphis somewhere and somebody's playing music, it's going to be either A, really talented, B, original and cool, or C, all, both of those. You know what I mean? And so I would say if SunWeight was going to be put into a category, it would be progressive. But like shit, I'd love to put Memphis in its own fucking category. Because
like when I listen to y'all band, I think of it as like kind of like progressive, but I also think of it like in that fusion jazz realm.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
we are.
Like,
We're a little heavy too, which I think brings like the rock or metal or the progressive into it. But I would agree with that too, man. Like I'm not. Fusion is such a
such a broad term.
Such a broad term. I mean, you could be thinking of Dream Theater and shit like that.
At the drive-in.
Like,
any ska band.
It's like, dude, I mean, you're considering At the Drive-In a fusion band. I mean, they're a straight up. They like to be called rock and roll, but they're a hardcore band, kind of.
The broken down.
The beginnings of it. They don't want to be a hardcore band, but that was like hardcore tendency, and the same thing like that. A lot of their songs are mellow and chill, but they were a band with hardcore tendencies, and we're a live band too.
Yeah.
Like I like to think that SunWeight is, you can listen to our records and kind of feel a gist of what it is, but dude, like our live show is what. Just like a comedian, man. Like, the record is what you strive to try and capture what you do live.
Right.
And depending on the crowd, depending on the vibe you have, depending on your day that day, it's like, shit, dude, that could be fucking anything. So many different moods or styles or versions of that song or joke or bit or whatever. And so, I like to think we're a live band, but progressive-y, rocky. If you like guitar solos and sax solos, then you'll like us.
Okay.
SunWeight, at least.
Yeah. So how? Okay. First off, how did SunWeight come about? Like, how did this band form?
That's such a long story. But basically, I had some songs that I was writing. and I got with a couple of other people, and they added to those songs, and we wrote songs together. And then it just created a freight train, if you will, of songs and art and fucking just life in general.
Yeah.
Of creating, of expressing yourself through through music and through these songs, and it's just continually progressed. We've gone through a few new members and stuff like that, but Josh and I have kind of created this whole thing, and we have Ed Johnson now, who's been in the band for a couple years, and he's created this whole thing with us. And now we have Chris, who I think is a great guy, and I think is a great fit for this band, and he's on drums now. And so
dope.
It's just it's from a long time, but it's kind of just a group of individuals. You're free to come and go as you please, but once you're in, you're always part of it.
Yeah.
And it's like a freight train of creativity for people who want to make music that is not your typical popular 4/4 music, things that make you think, things that take you by surprise, shit like that, So I'll listen to a song. I was just saying this earlier. We just had rehearsal here. I was just saying this earlier that like I will listen. My favorite type of music or my favorite songs are always like songs that have this like 4 seconds of music that's like, oh shit, that sounded awesome, and you're like 4 minutes into a song. Yeah. So like you're waited all this time and you hear this one part and you're like, oh my god, this is the greatest thing ever. Now you got to listen to the song over again to hear that same part and get that same feeling, and stuff like that makes that makes me want to create music like that.
Okay, all right, that's a really good answer, right? And
damn.
Because the thing is like a lot of times I feel like the inspiration for how people get music or how they come about it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is a lot of times I don't want to use the word like cliche, but it seems cliche, right? So it's like as a musician myself, the way that you go about it, like how you explain it, that's a like hella creative way to do it, because it's like you're creating it already, you know what I'm saying? And then you're going back and being like, oh, I just created 4 seconds of something crazy dope. Now and then,
but it's
in
like
a month,
sprinkle.
But then that 4 seconds ends up changing into a whole song or whatever. Right?
They call that in the biz ear candy.
Yeah. Okay, so with the band that you got, right? So you and the saxophone player, y'all created like a hip hop group, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how did that form and come about?
So Josh was in a hip hop group a long, long time ago, and you can ask, Darren, and you can ask other old school. I don't want to call them old school, but like underground hip hop artists from Memphis. There was a group called Poisonous Dialect. Yeah. Darren was in it, so he knows. Yeah. He was in the group with Josh. So there was this group called Poisonous Dialect, and I was a freshman in high school. I was becoming friends with people that did music, kind of rapping and stuff like that. Yeah. I was wanting to get into beats. So my friend DeAndre, who's also an artist, he's known as Arella Rocket, and he's doing all kinds of stuff, but you can look him up. He's a good guy. He had fucking Audacity or something, some DAW. Yeah. That was like the first time that I ever got to make a beat, and I was like 14 years old. Yeah. And so I started making beats and making hip-hop music with my friends. Well, we were like super underground, so we were nothing, but we knew about what was going on in town. Yeah. We knew about this group called Poisonous Dialect. And my friend had gotten the record on like a CDR or some shit, you know what I mean? A burned CD from somewhere, and gave it to me. Yeah. And that's how I learned about Poisonous Dialect. And so, like, years go by. Obviously, we start SunWeight, and then Josh joins the band.
Yeah.
And when Josh joins the band, we start talking about hip-hop, and he was like, yeah, I was in this group called Poisonous Dialect. And I was like, shut the fuck up. No, you were not. And he was like, yeah. And so I quickly realized that I was like, oh my God, dude, this is like a fucking legend, you know?
That's crazy.
Oh my God, what the fuck is that?
I think there's the.
But yeah. And so basically, I knew Josh rapped, and I had been in a bunch of hip hop groups since then. Like I did Walks of Life with my friend DeAndre. And then I did a group called The Bear and Fear with my friend Danny Rice. And we did a few records, which is basically like hip-hop with me singing on it, you know? Like kind of like a fusion thing, if you will. And so, obviously, I've just been making beats like the whole time we're doing SunWeight stuff. I had a lot of beats. And so I had a folder on Google Drive, and I knew Josh was rapping, or he did, and I was like, let's do some hip-hop stuff. I think it'd be fun. And we did one song. He came over and we did one song. I've been, me and him work as like a team on the entirely from I mean, I'll make the beats and stuff sometimes by myself, but like anything after that, as far as like writing, editing, changing the beats, mixing the beats, adding stuff to the beats, we're together, even down to the mixing part. I mean, the final mix, me and him are in the same room making the decision together. And we did one song, it turned into 2 songs, it turned into 3 songs, and now we have like 7, 8 songs, so we're working. Yeah.
But that's what's up though.
Hip hop is kind of how I got into music, and so like it's a fun thing for me to do with Josh. Because I feel like that was a similar situation, It's a break from
the normal,
of like loud amplifiers and shit like that.
Okay. So here's a question for you then, right? If when playing shows, right? Playing shows can be hella exhausting.
Oh yeah.
So what's your like go-to meal before you go do a show?
Oh my God.
Or are you like I don't really eat before I do shows type of person?
No, I'm definitely hungry.
Yeah.
It just depends on what's around. But really, it's just hard. Nothing super bready. Like, we've played out of town, and like, if you haven't eaten it all that day, you should eat something small. But like, man, I'm trying to think. Like, no pasta, really. But maybe a pizza could be okay. Like a cheese pizza. If it's good, like a thin, crispy crust cheese pizza is tight. Can't do sushi.
Why not sushi? That seems light though.
Yeah, but raw stuff. If you're getting hot, me personally, I have to fucking. Yeah. I mean, if I could be down in my drawers, then I would, and it wouldn't freak people out. But like, I take my shirt off every show because I get so hot that I'll get overheated. Pizza, maybe okay. Shit, man. Like, I'm trying to think. I don't want to get too bougie. I like to eat steak. So, like, if you can have dinner beforehand, you make yourself some steak. Yeah. And, but yeah. I mean, if I could, like, have it my way where people are going to bring me something, I would probably have, like a steak with a salad or something like that.
Okay. Yeah. So that's a good before. What about after?
After, I'm gonna get fucking crazy.
Yeah.
After, we'll probably do like greasy burgers.
Yeah.
After, I'll probably get greasy burgers. Like, me and Ed Johnson, the bass player in SunWeight, he got some coffee bacon from Buster's Butcher. And I had gotten like 2 or 3 pounds of ground beef from Superlow. And he minced this bacon, dude. And we like made these patties with this minced bacon inside of it. And then we went double patty. Like we're talking about like these patties were probably over a quarter pound each. Yeah. We're going double patty with cheddar cheese, double cheese on that shit.
Yeah.
And we would just eat that.
Yeah.
I would say after a show, I'm gonna go crazy.
Yeah.
Or like my super like deathbed food is deep dish Chicago, like Lou Malnati's or Pequod's or something like that. You know, if you can get some good sausage in there.
Yeah. You know. Okay. All right. Well, with that being brought up, since we're reaching close to the end of the episode, right?
Right.
I always do two things, right? I always give everybody like a food fact, right?
Okay.
So
I'd love to hear one.
And normally, right, I would normally have it already fucking pulled up, but I don't. You know what I'm saying? So I'm stalling. No,
so the weather today is great. Yeah.
So okay. So all right. So this one is. Do you know how many peanuts it normally takes to make one 12-ounce jar of peanut butter?
I've got my friend Ed Samuels sitting over to the side of me, my very close friend. He's allergic to peanuts, so he may know this fact because 120. Okay, 120. Okay. I'm gonna say. Wait. How many are you going grams or what's?
No, it's like actual peanuts. I guess is what. That's what it says. So I guess
to make a 12-ounce jar of peanut butter.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say like 12,000, dude.
12,000.
12,000 peanuts.
Hey, that's a high ass number. That's a high ass number.
Is that too many peanuts?
But
fuck.
You're not. I mean, well, you're kind of far off. But it's 540 peanuts to make one 12 ounce.
So when you said 120, I was so far. What did I say?
You said like
12,000 peanuts. Dude, imagine being in a room with 12,000 fucking peanuts.
That's crazy.
Oh my god. Well, shit.
You're making tubs of peanut butter at that point, bro.
I know. My wife just made beef jerky too. I gotta brag on it because it was so good.
Hey.
He had some of it, dude. I brought it to the shit.
Hey, how many beef jerky is it?
She cut up some eye of round. It was like, sliced it and marinated it for 24 hours in this whatever marinade she made, and then 3 hours 175 cooking in the oven, dude. And this shit is amazing.
Damn, I ain't gonna lie. Like I've only made jerky once. Right?
I have never even. I was gonna make it. She was like, "I'm gonna do this," and I said, "Hell yeah, I'm fucking down for this."
I've only made the shit once, and it was I had some leftover turkey. I just made like turkey jerky.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was good.
Was it cooked turkey already?
Yeah, it was already like cooked turkey, and then I just kind of took the like juicy parts basically, and then just slow cooked them. You know
right.
I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it was good, but it wasn't.
Yeah, I guess you're basically just dehydrating it at that point, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So, okay, here's a question that everybody wants to know the answers to. All right. So if you could create your ultimate meal, right? Basically, it can be anything. Can be multiple genres of food, so it can be Italian, Chinese, whatever.
It's gonna be a fusion food too. Yeah, it can
be
for sure.
That.
A plate at least.
Yeah, the food can be from cookbooks, from restaurants, from wherever your imagination.
Okay. Cool.
Right?
Cool.
So to start it off, right? You get 2 appetizers.
2 appetizers.
Right?
Okay.
What would your 2 appetizers be?
The first appetizer is gonna be latkes,
hey,
which for those who don't know.
That's a new one. Okay.
For those who don't know what a latke is, it's a potato pancake. It's a Jewish potato pancake.
Okay.
With sour cream and applesauce.
What?
Yes. No, see, he fucking knows what I'm talking about too. Look. So yes, that is a Jewish thing. Okay. All right.
Sour cream and applesauce.
Potato pancakes. They're called latkes.
Okay.
And you eat them with sour cream and applesauce.
All right.
It's fucking delicious.
Okay.
Shit. For my second one, I'm gonna have to go tomato basil soup, dude.
Wow, hey, shout out to Nate, first person to drop a soup as an appetizer.
Dude, that's the best appetizer, dude.
That's classic.
It ain't gonna fill you up.
Right.
It's a liquid. You're gonna piss it out.
No one ever picks a soup or a salad as an appetizer.
Dude,
so I think
who have you had on this fucking show?
So, all right. So your second choice, right? You get
Right.
you get an entree,
Right,
and then
entree.
you get 2 sides.
Okay.
Right.
Entree.
So what would your entree be?
Dude, I'm gonna do let's do. I don't even give a fuck if it's a half pound, but I want an inch and a half ribeye
Okay.
with butter and all that shit on top that you do with the parsley or whatever they fucking put on that shit. All right, it may not be parsley. Whatever, dude. Look, you know what I'm talking about with the butter and the fucking whatever it is. All right, half-inch ribeye, medium rare, mac and cheese, collard greens.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a classic steak.
Wait, can I have the sides with it, or I already got? No.
No, yeah, those will be your sides.
Those my sides.
Yeah.
All right. Fuck yeah. Yeah, that's what I want.
Okay. Everybody who does this part of the podcast, they're like, I'm hungry right now.
I know,
Like-
dude.
So, all right. So then your next one will be what will be your dessert and your alcoholic drink to have?
Creme brulee with an old fashioned.
Creme. Okay. This is a classic meal. This is a
Dude,
classic
man,
meal
this
right
shit
here.
Sounds good as fuck,
Right.
bro. If you ever do a live show, John, and we gotta do this
Yeah.
shit, my meal's gonna kill, son.
Hey, you got some competition. You got some competition in some of them.
we'll
You got
see.
because I think you're like the second or third person.
You
to
said I'm the
mention
only
steak.
person to do soup. Everybody on this
Yeah.
fucking show sucks.
Hey, people love people. People love the wings, bro. People
come
love
on,
the
man.
wings.
Come on, man.
And people love
Let me
French
tell you
fries.
right now, Edward Samuels, a.k.a. the Golden Child, a.k.a. King Macchiato, a.k.a. Big Slamuels, he has the best wings you'll ever taste in your life. So just end it there.
We're gonna have to have him on the podcast and get his meal too. All right. All right. So cool, bro. I appreciate you being
Yeah, dude.
on the podcast.
Thank you so much
right?
for having me.
Yeah.
It's a long time coming for sure.
Yeah. Before you leave, tell everybody where they can find SunWeight and all your different bands. Tell them where they find you on social media. Tell them
They don't want to follow
me.
me. At SunWeight Music on pretty much everything, except for Facebook, we're SunWeight Band.
Okay.
And then it's at Uncle Auntie Worldwide, and that's on all platforms, I think. We don't have a Twitter. We don't have a Facebook. I think we just have Instagram.
Yeah.
Look it up on. We're on Apple Music and Spotify and all that other shit. Tidal.
Bet.
and
Okay.
Everything else.
Cool.
It's UNCLAUNTI. All right, no E's on the Uncle Auntie. UNCLAUNTI, Uncle Auntie.
Dope. Well, there it is. You know to go follow them, go pick it up, do all the new shit, cool shit that you got to do. And that is the episode this week for Big Back Adventure. Appreciate you, Nate, for being on the show.
Thank you, man.
And as always, don't forget to drink water and don't be a piece of shit.